All right, guys, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through how to set up your green screen studio. This is my office. This is exactly how we shoot them. None of this stuff is rocket science, so let me show you and walk you around the studio and show you what we're sort of looking at. So if you can tell right here, you have lights, you have a tripod, and you have a green screen, okay? So I wanna walk you through very quickly on how to set this stuff up. And I'm gonna do it in frame, and then we're gonna show you what a frame looks like. Now the very first thing is that your green screen studio needs lights. Most times, not all the time. Believe it or not, I've shot someone where they're outside and we had natural light. We didn't need any green screen, but I wanna make sure you understand why we have lights for green screen to begin with. And this is the biggest misconception people have, is that these lights are not here to light my face up like this. If you're light skinned, you're gonna get whited out on your camera. Why these lights are here are to light the green screen up behind me. So I don't wanna see the lights necessarily pointing at me as much as I wanna see them sort of pointing behind me. Because if you're using editing on green screen, it makes it a lot easier for the editors to cut the body out when it's lit up behind them. If it's dark, it's very hard to contrast the body from the image you see right here, right? So if you look at how we cut out the body, in this film, I'm just gonna snap my fingers, he's gonna cut me out. That's how easy it is. Now let's go back out. So point being is that I like to see the lights more like this. I like to see them pointed. I like to be sort of perpendicular to them. And I like them pointing behind me. One, they're not blinding me. Two, they're not whiting out my face. And then three, it makes sure I'm well lit behind me, okay? So regardless of how you buy these lights, we have different links in the previous lesson, and get them. Like, this is the ones we send all of our clients. So if you want to go ahead and access those lights, great, go for it. But we could see we're only using two. There's different types of light kits you could get as well. They might give you three, they might give you two. We're fine with two. Again, you know what the purpose of lighting them up is for. Now, once you get these things in a box, they're not gonna come with instructions, chances are. YouTube it. You're gonna get, it's just one of those things you build out, but what we like to do here is we take these lights, we build them once, and we just sort of put them in the corner. So the biggest question I see people like yourself have is, am I gonna have a permanent green screen studio? And if you do, just leave it set up sort of like how you see here. If it's something that maybe you don't have the space at your at-home office or in your house somewhere, and maybe you need to go ahead and put this stuff down. So I'm gonna show you why we use this type of green screen for that very reason. Get two lights, that should do it on there. If you have questions, submit them below and we'll let you know, but let's walk through what the green screen really is. There's different types of green screens you can get. And as you can see in the frame right here, what happens is that with the green screen, all an editor cares about is that your body is surrounded by green right here, okay? If I go off green like this, and if you see me turn the frame, you're probably gonna see the wall right there, right? The second my arm goes outside of that frame, you can't use that video or an editor. They'll have to not use that cut because your body must remain in front of green screen the entire time, probably more like this, right? Now don't get me wrong, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you have like a little like outside thing, maybe get a little corner that's like up here, great. But do your best to do all green around, because here's what happens when you're actually shooting videos. When you're shooting videos, you see my hands move out. And watch the length I have here. So I probably have to keep my hands in more like this. I can't go up here because I'm gonna go above green screen. Not that I would do that anyways, but I need to work within the space I'm provided. So it's super important. And that's why we're taking the shot right here so you can see exactly how the frame looks when you're shooting videos. The frame you're looking at right here, that's what's being captured on video. So all that matters is that frame. So we want to give you a really good idea of that. Now let's talk about this green screen a little bit. I'm going to show you how simple this thing is. This is the green screen we now buy for our clients when they come on board. So if you're deciding to come on board, don't buy the green screen. We're going to buy it for you and send it to you, including all the setup right here. But I want to show you the simplicity of this thing. If I want to take this down, I'm done. That's it. I like this green screen because there's no wrinkles. It's easy, it's maintenance. And I haven't figured out this part of it yet, but this thing actually folds up into a circle if you want to store it underneath your bed. I don't need to do that. I don't know how it works. All I know is I have a permanent studio here, but you can figure it out if you mess around with it. When I want to set it up, if I am taking it down, all I'm going to do is go put it on a little nail. Right here is all I'm using. Can you focus on this nail? There's nothing important about this nail. I guarantee you guys have one of these in your damn house. So put the nail in and just make sure you center it. And this screen will just sort of float around it. Just balance it out and you'll see how it gets set up. And don't worry about it being so perfect. because you're doing green screen, right? So let me show you a couple other elements that you have here. As you notice, I'm mic'd up right here. When you're mic'd up, put the mic underneath your shirt based upon what it is that you're doing. Like, I don't want to see a mic dangling down here. It looks unprofessional. Not that I'm a super professional, but you get what I'm saying. It looks sloppy. Men usually take the mic up depending on what they're wearing. You can see I put it right through my shirt right here. I fished it out. This piece of the mic is on the outside. You can hear my voice dialect. They're very sensitive. Watch. In the editing, but you have to have a mic set up on your videos. People will not muster through a video with bad sound. They can muster through bad footage as long as there's a story present, but once the sound's messed up, they're not going to go through the rest of that video. So you must always be mic'd up, 100%. So have the mic set up. Next thing I want to show you is right over here, depending on what type of mics. The mics we use, you guys, are very simple. They have cords on them. And I already know what you're thinking. I should do a wireless mic, or I should do this type of mic. Here's what really happens in realistic practice. If you're brand new to video and you don't understand the technology side yet, getting more advanced with tech will only prohibit you from doing more video. Learn how to do video first, learn the scripts, learn the storytelling, then go to the more advanced equipment. This is what we use for all of our videos. I'm recording this entire training course on my cell phone using the same thing. You don't need super duper fancy equipment to make good videos. That's not what creates good videos. The right story with the right editing does. So what you're going to see is the mics that we listed right here. They do plug in. They come in with extensions. They do have a business interview mic, so you could actually split off two. But all it does, it just plugs right into the phone here, just like that. One of the pieces you're going to need to make sure, depending what type of phone you have, is what we call an adapter. If you don't have this little adapter, it's a little white piece that comes with your phone when you buy it in the white Apple box if you have an iPhone that everyone throws away. That's there. If not, you could pick up one of these at Best Buy for 10 bucks. They're about $9.99. You do need one for these mics because if you're using an iPhone, chances are this attachment is not going to plug in there. Therefore, you need this adapter. If you're using a Samsung, any type of phones, a lot of them still have this piece. You don't need that adapter necessarily. Now, all of this stuff is my setup. A lot of people ask us all the time, hey Mike, I need a cameraman. No, you don't. You're looking at my cameraman right here. It's called a tripod. What's a cameraman really gonna do for you? They're gonna sit there and do the same thing the tripod is. I just saved $500 though by using a tripod versus a cameraman, okay? So look at the tripod. It's very basic. This tripod I think is a whopping $20 because I don't need anything complicated. Its only job is to stand there and hold the phone so it doesn't shake and I don't look like a crackhead, period. So don't overthink this stuff, you guys. It's very, very simple. I want you to look at the whole tripod setup right here and it's on 3 legs, right? So it's not anything rocket science. Once you have your studio set up, it's very, very simple. But I already know what you're thinking. You're like, Mike, what if I'm shooting myself? I can't see myself on video, can I? Okay, well, great. We'll solve that problem too. I'm just gonna turn the camera around. We're gonna bring our cameraman. You're gonna see him right here in the edit with us. Come on in here, Cam. And there I am. Here's Cam. Now, if I wanted to shoot the video, what I'm gonna do is just frame myself up right here. Notice my frame changed a little bit, but look at my frame. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Mike Cuevas, blah, 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 blah. I can see myself. I can direct myself. I can go like this and like this and like that. And I don't need a cameraman to show me what I'm doing. You can only do this on green screen though, and the reason for that is if because you're shooting in reverse, if I were to shoot reverse live, everything would be backwards, wouldn't it? That means ABC Liquors would be Liquors CBA, right? Because you're shooting it in reverse, you're in reverse mode. On green screen, none of that matters. Right here when I'm shooting this, I shoot all my own videos. The videos that you guys signed up for this very bootcamp for, including most of my content that you'll see within the bootcamp, are shot in selfie mode just like this. I'm able to look at myself, see the direction. The key is making eye contact directly with the camera. So what I'm getting at, folks, is that this is a basic setup on how the studio works. You guys are gonna have access to our scripts. We're gonna get into that later on in this course. You're gonna have access to our editing services if you need editing services. If not, we provide editing services for you to contact and reach out. But the only excuse stopping you from going forward is you. This equipment might cost $200 to $300 total. Not bad to get a career started in video. Keep it very focused. Focus on getting the editing and the story and the shots and your personality and your branding right. Then you worry about more expensive equipment if you need to do that. So hope this helps and that you get set up. You see all the equipment right up here. You know where to get it in the lesson above this. and we'll see you guys in the next video.